Hi there everyone, welcome to the UkeStuff channel and welcome to this demonstration and tutorial of the play-along videos of 10,000 Reasons or Bless the Lord as recorded by Matt Redman. This is a remake of the video that was originally released some time ago, and since that time I now create baritone resources and also the chord chart. So ultimately, as I remake videos for baritone, I'm often ending up remaking them for GCEA soprano, concert, tenor as well as putting the chord chart or tabs on my website as well. So what we're going to do in this video is, first of all, look at the chords you need for GCEA soprano, concert, tenor ukulele, then look at the chords you need for baritone DGBE ukulele, and then we'll talk about strumming. If you want to support the work on this channel, there are three things you can do. You can like the video, you can subscribe to the channel, and third, you can always buy me a cup of coffee to say thank you for making this content at buymeacoffee.com/UkeStuff. All right, let's begin with looking at the chords you need for GCEA soprano, concert, or tenor ukulele. The first chord is the C chord, then the G chord, then the D chord. Now you can play the D chord any number of ways. I usually play it by putting my first finger at the top of the third string, second fret, and my other two fingers around it in that same fret. That works for me. Some people do fingers 1, 2, and 3 in a row. Some people do fingers 2, 3, 4 in a row. Some people will cover up strings 4 and 3 and then play the second string with the second finger like that. Some people will bend their ring finger and cover strings 4, 3, and 2, leaving the first string open, whatever works for you. Then there's the E minor chord, one of my favorite chords. I put my first finger on the first string, second fret, and then just waterfall down, leaving the fourth string open on GCA. Then we have a G sus4, and my suggestion here is that you play the normal G chord, but you also then add the pinky. Ultimately, that wants to resolve down to a regular G chord, and having your pinky to be able to lift up is really the secret. And in a similar way, the next chord is the D sus4. You make a D chord, and I again make it with my first finger at the top of the third string, second fret, and the other two around it. But then I can put my pinky on the second string, third fret, and then lift it up if I need to. But that doesn't really happen in the song. Nonetheless, with the D sus4, which means that your fourth note of the scale is going to go down to the third, or at least that chord. So a little bit of dissonance there. And then an E minor 7 is used in the song quite a bit on GCEA, not really on baritone with baritone tuning. But that's basically your Hawaiian D7 just slid over one string on each one. So the first finger goes on the third string, second fret. The second finger goes on the first string, second fret. And that's your E minor 7 chord. And those are the chords you need to play 10,000 Reasons or Bless the Lord as recorded by Matt Redman on GCEA soprano, concert, tenor ukulele. Now let's look at baritone. On baritone, we'll need the C chord, the G chord, the D chord, then the E minor chord. Then you have the G sus4. So you're going to play your normal G chord. I would play it this time with my ring finger. And then I put my first finger on the second string, first fret. And then what you want to do, sus4 always wants to resolve down. It doesn't necessarily in the song, but then if you ever need to resolve a G sus4, you just lift your first finger. And then we have a D sus4. And in this case, I would suggest playing your normal D chord, but then add your pinky to the first string, third fret. And then if you need to resolve it, which again this song doesn't really do, you would just lift up your pinky. And that's the D sus4. And those are the chords you need to play 10,000 Reasons or Bless the Lord as recorded by Matt Redman on baritone DGBE ukulele. Now let's talk about strumming. Now as it comes to strumming, there are 3 rules to strumming. The first one is play the right chord at the right time. Second, play at the right tempo. And third, make sure that whatever you're strumming matches the style of music that you're playing. As long as you're doing those 3 things, you are right. There is not one single right answer for strumming. And in this song, it's going to mix it up a little bit. So I'll give you a couple ideas of things you can try, but it's really up to you to decide what you want to do where. And if you don't like these ideas, feel free to do something else. So let me just give you some ideas of what you can do here. The first one is a picking pattern. And what I would do is I would pick string 4, which is the one closest to you, string 2 and 1 all at the same time sort of like a claw motion, and then pick string 3. And you're going to alternate back and forth between those. So if I just play the C chord, it's going to sound like this. How about the G chord? How about the D chord? And that works really well. All you have to do is watch the timing of the chords, change your hands while keeping that picking position going, and that's going to work really well. Another one would be a down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. So again, it's down, down, up, down, down, up. And if you notice how I'm playing, I am basically using my wrist as a pivot point. The finger points at me and then it points at the floor, and my hand never stops moving. So on that C chord, and I am giving an emphasis to beats 1 and 3 on the downs. And that would be an E minor chord on baritone as well. So those strumming patterns are going to work really well for most of the song. Then the other thing you might have to do is occasionally just play a single strum. So, and oftentimes when I'm playing a single strum, I'll use my thumb so I get a really strong ring versus a, it doesn't really allow me to separate when I use my pointer finger like it does with my thumb, and I can't really dig in and make it nice and loud and steady across all 4 strings. So with those chords and with those strumming patterns or picking, whichever way you want to go, that's all you need to be successful on 10,000 Reasons or Bless the Lord, as recorded by Matt Redman. Thanks so much for joining me for this video. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll be back soon with some more Uke stuff for you.